Because, well, aero this, aero that, I had to come to Wits. I'm 2024, start of the year, I don't have accommodation again, I don't have no bursary. 2020, I was in third year. 2021, I was in third year. 2022, I was in third year. More than 50% of the modules child me. Hi everyone, my name is Linda. Let's continue the conversation about my journey in obtaining the Aeronautical Engineering Degree from the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, or in short, Wits University, which is in Joburg. Today is rather a sensitive topic. Not really sensitive. Not anymore since I acquired this. It's no longer sensitive, okay? I want to talk about how long exactly it took me to obtain this. This is my degree certificate. You get this on your graduation day, but well, on your graduation day is not necessarily the day when you complete your degree. The day you complete your degree is the day when there's a queue showing on your self-service. It's the day when you actually get your results that show you that you have conquered the edge. We say you've conquered the edge when you have completed your degree from Wits University. I'm not sure what other universities say, but I know that at Wits they say that we have conquered the edge. First thing first, let's go to Google, right? We're going to go to Google and search Aeronautical Engineering at Wits University or something along those lines. And then let's see what they're showing us. Then you'll see that they're showing you, okay, the curriculum of your first year, the curriculum of your second year, third year, fourth year. And then there's nothing going further than fourth year. So it means it's actually supposed to take you 4 years to complete the Aeronautical Engineering degree. Yeah, as with all the other engineering disciplines at Wits. I'm not talking about architecture. I know there are those ones that are within the engineering faculty. You know, it's the FEBE, Faculty of the Engineering and the Built Environment. There are those ones that are construction, something, architecture that can take 3 years. No, I'm talking about engineering. I'm not talking about the built environment side. So if you're going to study chemical engineering, electrical, mechanical, industrial, I think also with biomedical engineering, something like that, you're going to take 4 years. So here's my story. I went to Crèche in 2005. Actually, I didn't even go the full year because at the start of the year, there was this guy from my home who somehow hit me with a bicycle, and then I had to wear isament. We call it isament. I forgot what it's called, but it's that white case thing. Yeah, I don't know what the English name is called. You wear it, and then I didn't go to Crèche the full year. Then I started grade 1 in 2006. I was 6 years. Then I did not fail until grade 7. I went to high school. My primary school was Mapande Primary School. Then I went to high school, which was JJ Technical High School. It was about 1 hour away from home. So you walk 1 hour from home in the morning and then also in the afternoon. So imagine in winter when it's dark, sometimes I had extra classes that took place at 6 a.m. in the morning. So can you believe it? So yeah, sometimes I had to walk in the dark. I'm coming from a village. There are no street lights or anything. It's dark outside. And then we had to, there's this, it's not a very big river. Throughout most of the time of the year, we'll just be able to just cross because there are stones there. But then there are days whereby it will rain so hard that it's so full and it's quite dangerous to cross there. But then if you don't cross there, it means you'll have to use the longer route. You'll take about 2 hours to get to school, and by that time you'll be late, or you'll have to have money to catch a taxi. Well, I didn't have money to catch a taxi. So yeah, there are times when we kind of put our lives at risk, and unfortunately the students and the kids, they're still doing that. There was only one bus that was taking students from wherever they're coming from to school, so they were already overloaded from their area, so there was just not enough space for us. So yeah, then I went to high school at JJ Technical High. I completed my matric there. I completed my matric in 2017, and then I got accepted in all the courses that I applied to. Actually, all the universities that I applied to, UJ, UP, Stellenbosch, UCT, I got accepted, but because, well, aero this, aero that, I had to come to Wits. I started at Wits in 2018. Okay, 2018, that was my first year. And then that means 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So it means 2021 I was supposed to complete. But now I only completed many years later. The story. Okay. 2021 was my first year. I passed my first year. I passed everything. I got PCD, which is, I think it means permitted to proceed or something like that. I passed my first year. I went to second year. Actually, my first year I did very well. Actually, I did so well. I even got that merit scholarship thing. The based on your average. Even in my first year, I got the scholarship from the marks, the grade 12 marks. I think if you have obtained a certain average in your matric results, you get a scholarship of some sort, like some money. I got that also. Then from second year I also did very well in second year. We had so many modules in second year. Oh my god, there was just so many modules, I remember. But I managed to pass everything, although the performance was not as good anymore. I just passed. Then that was 2019. 2020, guys, I need not to remind you what happened in 2020. COVID. Okay, in case you forgot, COVID happened in 2020. I was in my third year, and third year is actually considered to be one of the most difficult years for aeros. I'm not sure about other branches, but I know that for us it's quite very difficult, because that's when now you start specializing in your own course. In first year and second year, when I started in first year, I didn't do common first year, what they are doing currently at Wits. All the engineering students, they do one and the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're registered for aero, mechanical, industrial, whatever. Any engineering field, you guys do one and the same thing. So that thing started in 2019. I was already in second year. So in my first year, what I did, we did the same curriculum with the mechanical, industrial, and aeros. So we were in the same school, the school of MIA, mechanical, industrial, and aeronautical. We did the same thing. Second year, we still continue to do the same thing. Then third year, that's when we branch out. We don't necessarily leave each other alone. We still had some modules in common, like compressible flows, business studies, other things like, is it social studies or something like that? I forgot some of them, because it was a long time ago. But we still had some other courses. And then you'll have your aero labs, you'll have your introduction to aeronautics, you'll have your aeronautical engineering design, you'll have the aero-specific modules, you'll have aircraft structures. Oh my god. You'll have those things. It's very difficult. There was a video that I posted some years ago, I'm not sure if it's still there, that when I said that it's quite difficult to be a student coming from a poor background and then you study aero. In my third year, COVID happened, and then we were sent home. We had to learn online. Oh my god, it was literally the first time for me having the experience of having to learn online. I've never seen that. I've never experienced any of that. It was just quite difficult. Obviously we in first year and second year we were using, who's that guy, the organic chemistry tutor from YouTube to learn some content of mathematics, to understand things. But then that was not necessarily online learning. That was like some sort of a secondary thing for us when we need extra assistance. But to go full mode online, your friends are just somewhere there, you are at home. You guys have seen the chronicles of what was happening during COVID. There's no network. You have to do the house chores. There are kids playing. There are goats making noise outside. Oh my god. And then you have to take the exams online. And our school, I'm not sure if it was school alone, they kept making things difficult for us to write exam. I remember initially we were just they would just send the whole question paper and say write the exam. And then they said, okay, no, it's fine. Now what we're going to do, we are going to set different questions. Everyone will be having some sort of a different question. Someone can be given a landing gear, someone can be given a wing, and then maybe talk about the manufacturing process of those two components. They say that it's fair, but to me it was not fair. But I guess they were just doing that to somehow eliminate the the cheatings that were happening, I guess. Then they introduced that everyone would be taking the same question at the same time. So everyone would be taking, there was no longer the flexibility that I must start with question 5. No, we were given a certain amount of time, like we were given 15 minutes to do question 1, and then you have to submit. There's 5 minutes submission time. This thing is online, the network is slow. At times it takes some time for you to receive your own paper. And then some of the papers, I remember they were logged with password, and then maybe the password is not working. That thing is telling that, like, there was just so much anxiety with submitting. We were more worried about submitting than actually writing the correct things. So, well, other than that, well, things didn't go well for me in 2020. I think actually more than 50% of the modules chowed me. But then, well, it was my first time being chowed. Then I returned the following year. I got RET. Then I came back. Yes, I came back again. Did the remaining modules. I think it was Introduction to Aeronautics. Also, I think it was also manufacturing. I think also, was it mechatronics or something? Even aircraft structures, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the other ones. But then, yeah, there'll be a separate video where I'm talking about modules like each year. So yeah, in that, we were still in the online setting, guys. Online learning was horrible. I hated it. 2021, things went south again. Unfortunately, I did not pass everything. So there were modules that I was doing the second time, and they chowed me again. That is, in academic terms, that is exclusion. So you are getting academically excluded. But then there's this thing whereby before the year ends, somehow you do an appeal before you get academically excluded, so to avoid you having to face a stricter or a longer process of exclusion when the results come. So I remember I did that. When the results came out, somehow I knew that things are not going to go well. Things are not going to go well. There are modules that I'm doing for the second time, and they're still going to chow me. So it was exclusion. I was afraid of exclusion, and I didn't want to appeal in January when now the SRC is involved. All whole of things is involved, and the Senate is involved. All kind of management. I appealed then before the year ended, like before the results were out, before even the exams were done. I appealed, sent that. Then when the results came in December, yeah, obviously I was chowed, but I avoided taking more modules, because if you're taking more modules, you'll be considered maybe a 4th year student. Then by the time you are fully 4th year and something chows you in 4th year, they're going to say you are failing 4th year for the second time, but that time you were in 3rd year just having 4th year modules. So it's somehow, if you're not a very brilliant student, it can be against you. Well, I have friends who have continued to take modules from higher years, and then by the time when they were actually registered as 4th years, they were only left with maybe like 2 modules or something, and it was easier for them. They just went through. And for me, I avoided that. I wanted to just deal with the problem that I had at that moment. I remember I said that I appealed, and then when the results came, you get MNR something. Yeah, I'll show you here. MNR something. The moment you start getting M's, you know that it's rough. You know that your days are numbered here at Wits. So it means that my exclusion was waived, and I was allowed to register on conditions that everything that I take, I must pass everything. So I just dealt with the remaining 3rd year module, and I prayed to God, my goodness, like, God, I need to pass, because if you fail something for the 3rd time, like, there's no explanation for you. I remember I did actually appeal also at the end of the year, just in case anything goes wrong, but I ended up passing. I passed in 2022. Then I went to 4th year in 2023. That was my first time doing 4th year. So that means that I did my first year in 2018, second year in 2019, 2020 I was in 3rd year, 2021 I was in 3rd year, 2022 I was in 3rd year. Yeah, spent 3 years in 3rd year. 3 years. Started somebody's degree. Me, I spent it on the same year. 2023, I registered for 4th year. I was like, yeah, the spirit was very, very, very high. Oh my God. I'm finally in final year. But obviously, all these times, there were challenges that came. I had bursary that funded me for 4 years. So it means up until 2021, I had bursary. Then 2022 came, I lost that bursary, and I was literally kicked out of RES. Then I had to stay off campus for 2022. Then 2023, I went back to campus. Yeah, I managed to go back to campus. And then also, I got another bursary. I was doing my 4th year for the first time. Then, yeah, 4th year has so many modules. As an aero, also you get an extra module compared to mechanicals and industrials. Yeah, you get an extra module. So there's quite a lot of work for you. Whew, it's really difficult. It's really, really difficult. The first semester, the modules, they all have exams. Yeah, obviously assignments and all that. Then the second semester, you are focusing on projects. There's design project, there's a research project. You can start with design, you can start with research. Yeah, so you can start with either, but you don't entirely have a pick on that. There's a whole system that is there to decide on those kind of things. I started with design. Most of the start of the year, I didn't have bursary, and I just got accepted at RES. I somehow got into RES. I did not have money. I didn't have like so much savings, and by grace of God, the bursary pulled through and life got better. The money that I was getting from that bursary, I saved a lot of it. Like, I really saved a lot of it, because I was like, yo, the academic work is just too much. Remember, back in 2022, I was only doing, I think, 2 modules for the rest of the year. I was doing 2 modules, so the academic pressure was not so much. Then I'm transitioning from 2 modules to like, is it 11? To like 11 modules or something. To like these many modules. So now it's quite different. That, oh my God, my body is just used to focusing on one module at a time. Now I have to focus on like 5 modules at a time. I have to deal with this big academic pressure. So it was quite a big change. Despite the difficulty of the modules, I got chowed by 3 modules that year. Luckily enough, aircraft structures 2 did not chow me. Yo, that module is hell. That module is hell. I am telling you, that module is hell. I got chowed by mechatronics 2, gas dynamics, and propulsion. Then also flight dynamics. But I passed both my projects, which have 38 or 39 credits. I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, with exam modules, you can somehow change your study strategies. You can consult more. You can somehow have some sort of a strategy that can work for you to pass. But when you're failing projects, next year you're going to be doing a different topic. You likely have a different supervisor. Yeah. So it's not so a stable thing. So my bursary went away. That bursary that saved me, it went away. They paid for me 1 year and then they went away. Then come 2024, start of the year, I don't have accommodation again. I don't have no bursary. It's just me. But like I said, I saved like the money from the bursary the previous year. So I used that money. I stayed off campus for a month. Then before February ended in campus, they called me. They told me that if I still want to stay in campus, I should come. But obviously, when you get there, they want bursary letter. I don't have a bursary. Anyway, I ended up getting a place in campus, which ended up giving me a debt of like about 100,000 because I didn't have a bursary and I was staying at a very expensive residence. The decision that I had to take was that is either I continue staying off campus, which was like near UJ. It was far from campus, and pay for myself, but at the same time it's going to deprive me of the academic resources because it's far. The transportation is just quite not clear. I cannot stay all night in campus. I cannot leave late. Sometimes I'll have to miss classes. You know, when you're staying far, man, there's just not that motivation. When you're just staying in an area where it's not like really a student environment, there's just quite a lot of demotivation. The junction people, they called me if I wanted rest. They offered me a rest, but the thing was like, oh my God, if I go stay in rest, the money that I was going to use to pay for myself for accommodation, now I can use it to just take care of myself, to buy myself toiletries, just to take care of myself. It was going to last me up until August, yeah, somewhere August. But now it means that I'll have two overheads. Junction is expensive. The room that I was staying in was like 100,000. So that means also acquiring debt of 100,000. I was like, no, what? I'll solve this later. But if I'm staying at Junction, I can study late night. I'll be in an environment where there are students. Let me focus on the most benefit, academic success. Let me focus on anything that will give me academic success. Then get out. Then I was like forced to get out, because if you move out of res medium, at any certain time there's like a calculation that they do, and then they cut a portion of the amount that you're owing. So for me, I think they cut about 40,000, or yeah, I think they cut about 40,000. I moved out in July. They cut about 40,000 then. It ended up being like about 98,000 or 80 something thousand, so almost 100,000 that I was owing vets. But well, at the end in June, so the modules that I had were first semester mechatronics, flight dynamics, gas dynamics. I did them in first semester. I was actually cruising with mechatronics and flight dynamics. The problem was gas dynamics. Oh my god, the test did me so bad. I even started writing. I started manifesting that I'm going to get my degree in like 53 days. The reason why I said 53 days was because we were told exactly that the results are going to come out on the 12th of July. Then I counted how many days are left before 12th of July. Then I counted 53 days. Then every day I documented. Every day I wrote down things that this is how the day went. It was actually a reminder that I have 53 days. If I don't make it in these 53 days, it means I'll have to come back next year. It means I've added a whole year, because in second semester, I have nothing. I've passed both my projects, and there was no option to take gas dynamics in second semester to make it up for whatever that you failed. So yeah, it's difficult. I know right now they've introduced supplementary exams in June. Like if you fail something in first semester, right after the results, you can write a supplementary exam. You can write, I think, two, if not one exam. That means students have a higher chance of just completing. Imagine having a chance of writing 4 supplementaries from only having 2. That's big. So I'm hoping that students are going to use the opportunity and they're just going to pass. So, but well, long story short, it took me 6.5 years to complete. 2018 first year, 2019 second year, 2020 third year, 2021 third year, 2022 third year, 2023 fourth year, 2024 until July 4th year. That's when I completed. Yeah, that is how long it took me to get this. There are many who give up, and I know many aero students, but I only know of about 3 who completed in record time. The rest of us, shame. So, but at the end, it was worth it. Obviously, there were many times when I wanted to give up. There was just so many endless times when I wanted to give up or change, go to another university. I have applied to other universities, by the way, during the course of my studies, when I felt like vets was not worth it. Course was just going to kill me. I applied to so many of them. Oh, this hurts. So then yeah, but the most important thing at the end is that regardless of how many years it took me to actually finish the course, at the end I completed, and this is it. And I actually just received an email that my application for candidate engineer with EXA has been approved. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you finish. That is all that matters. Good luck in your own journey. I'll see you in the next video.